to work. Hi guys, this is Waga. We are going to do another LeetCode question. The question in question is number 3 to 8, odd, even, linked list. Pretty straightforward. So you're given a linked list. You're supposed to add the odd nodes and followed by the even nodes. Note that we're not talking about the value, but we're talking about the nodes. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? You're supposed to return 1, 3. Then 5, that is the first, the third, and the fifth, and then afterwards you add the second and the fourth node, like so, right? So basically, pretty straightforward, right? Same here, just take the odds, like take this, and then take this, 2, 3, 6, 7, and then add 1, 5, 4, like so, and then point to null at the end. So pretty that. The idea here is to use pointers and keep track of everything. It's easier if you can just write it out. So we're just going to go through one example on how we could do it, so that you can see it visually, because you'll understand better when you do it visually. So let's get to that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it connects to each other. And the first thing we want to do is we could put a couple of pointers, right? That will start off, and at first we'll have we could have a pointer, of course the first pointer will be at the very head, so we have a head pointer here, and we also have our odd pointer, which will be here, and our even pointer will be set to be the next one. So we put the node after the first, so we put our even pointer here, and we could also have a pointer for the even list, right? We could put here even, or we could just put list, like so, right? So the next thing we need to do is we would have maybe a while loop that will check that, maybe we'll check a certain condition, and then we move the odd pointer here, for example, which is on the first one, we move it to the one after the even one, right? So we move odd from 1 to the one after the even, and this case is 3, right? So we have our odd pointer on the 3, right? And after that we say that we move the next pointer after the odd, we remove this pointer from here, and we make sure that the pointer after the odd points to the next odd, right? The pointer after the head points to the next odd. So for example, we could come here and get rid of this, right? We could just cut this here, paste this, and maybe remove this, and this is now our even list and our even. And now from our head, the next pointer points to 3, right? We have moved it, right? And after that, we move our even pointer to point to the one after even is going to be the one after the odd, right? So we move our even pointer to point to 4, right? So we move it here, like so, right? And even dot next is going to be the one after the odd dot next, so it's moved to 4. So we could come here and cut this, get rid of this, point this here. So this is our even, and we can move it from the 2, right? And after that we move our even. We have moved our even from the 2 to the 4, and after that we move our odd to the one after our odd dot next is going to be our even dot next, and in this case our even dot next was 5. So we move our odd here. This is basically all going to happen in a while loop, right? So we move our odd here, and after that we of course come to null, right? And after, not bool, but null, after that, when it comes to null, if we get out of the while loop, what you're supposed to do is take this list, this even list, and connect it. What you're supposed to do here is connect it to the odd dot next when odd gets to when we hit null, right? So we just come here and we connect this, like so, right? So we have 1, 3, 5, and then 2 and 4. So basically that is the idea behind our code, and now all we need to do is just write it out. I've explained like the way we move our pointers and how they interchange with each other, with the odd dot next being what is the even dot next, and then moving it the even dot next to be what that odd's version is, and we continue until we get to a null, and then we move the entire list. We move the entire list to the end of the final odd. So basically that is the pseudocode, and now what is left is to just write it up. We need to check if we have a head, and we say if not head, return head, like so, right? Now we need our pointers, right? We need the even list, the odd, and the even, right? And we agreed that the odd will start at the very head of the list, the linked list. So the odd is at the head, the even is the one after that, which is going to be odd dot next, and after that the even list is going to be also on the even, right? So both of them are on the even, right? And what we need to check, the while loop is going to check that even and even dot next, right? While we have an even, while the even and the even dot next is valid, we have not yet hit null. That's what that code does. What you're supposed to do is just move the odd. So we say odd dot next is going to be set to whatever is after the even, because we know that one will be odd. So it's going to be even dot next. In this case, what we are doing is we're connecting 1 to 3, right? So odd dot next is going to be even dot next, and after that we move our odd pointer to the odd dot next, right? So we have moved our odd pointer to the odd dot next, and when it comes to even, we say even dot next is going to be moved to that odd dot next, right? So we say odd dot next, right? And after that, the even is now moved to the even dot next, right? So we move our even to the even dot next, and now when we finally run through all this, we get to the point where we get to null, right? And when we get to null, right, we have now broken out. We want to our odd will now be, in this case, will be now at 5, right? So our odd is at 5. What we want to do is now we just want to connect the odd to the even list, which is still connected to our first even, right? So here what we do is just say odd dot next is going to be our even list, and what we want to do now is just return head, like so, right? So if we do this, we are supposed to, presumably, we're going to get our answer code. We're going to get an accepted, and if we submit it, it's going to be accepted. And the, what's it called, the time complexity is going to be O of n. We're going through every node and the linked list, and the space complexity is going to be O of 1, because we do not return we do not use any structures. So basically that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.